reporting on the games you love by people who love to game. The MMO Reporter Network.
Hi, I'm Harry. I'm here at the Elite Dangerous booth together with Ed, and he's the community manager for Frontier Developments. Ed, can you tell us a little bit about your job at Frontier?
Yeah, I can. I am the community manager. What that means is that I help to strengthen and grow the community. I do a lot of work on the forums. It's kind of hard to completely tell somebody about what one working day is because it changes so often. I'm doing so much behind the scenes that it's very difficult. Sometimes some people, it's difficult to completely display what I've been doing, but I also do a lot of the social media stuff, and it's also a lot of hands-on marketing types of things and some PR stuff, and coming along to the events like these, looking after our amazing ambassadors who do such a great job of demoing the game to the community, to new players who are coming in. I love it.
Because it's partly a grassroots product, actually. The game that we got, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I'm a player who played when I was 11 years old on the MSX 8-bit computer. It feels very much that this is a kind of a reimagining of the original Elite.
That's right. So it's got that same feeling about it, right? It really feels like the original Elite, but it's for 2015. So it's still got those same experiences with trade and the combat kind of, obviously the combat's being improved quite a lot.
Sure, but it still feels the same way.
It's the same way. And I think that really speaks to a strength for it. It still feels like a core PC gamer's game,
Yeah.
But that said, that doesn't mean that we can't do tweaks to it to make it also a console game, because as you may have heard, it's...
Yeah, I heard that it's a timed exclusive for Xbox One.
That you've heard correctly.
How much time is timed?
So we have it's coming to Xbox One in 2015. We don't have the information available to talk yet about what other platforms, but we will as soon as we have that information.
Because I would imagine this game would be right at home at the PlayStation 4 with the Morpheus, for example.
That's of course. The thing is about Frontier Developments, as you can see, we use the Oculus Rift. We've developed alongside the Oculus Rift as we develop the game, and I think that Frontier, it's in it's in the name, Frontier. We like to be the forefront of all different technologies, so we would be stupid not to look at those technologies as well. That said, I can't confirm anything about the PS4 right now.
Obviously. I'm going to ask you some other questions that you probably won't answer, but I demand answers anyway. So the first game, the game is now out, the base game is out, you're now generating content, there's an upcoming multiplayer patch coming.
That's right.
The 1.2
Wings, that's correct, yeah.
So when are the Thargoids entering the fray?
That was such a... You jumped onto Thargoids so quickly there.
I hope to get you off guard.
I don't know what you're talking about. I've never heard of the Thargoids before. No,
Thargoids, for people who don't know, are the alien insectoid race that invaded the Elite universe in the original game.
That is also true. Yeah, there may be some rumors floating around about the Thargoids, but I've not personally seen anything in the game so far myself.
So the patches you're rolling out currently are kind of feature patches. Is that correct?
Oh yeah, massive, big deal updates. They new content, new ways to play the game. 1.1, we had the community goals. It was focused on community goals, meaning that players could work together towards massive goals to have whole starports constructed. You could have there's one running currently at the moment. I don't mean to date the video, but where a capital ship is being built, for example. There was one last week where we had exploration data, and a company, I can't remember which company it was, one of the big ones, was deciding on a place where to build some new outposts. And so it was all about exploration data. So you would be rewarded, and players would be rewarded more for taking part in those community goals. Depending on how successful those community goals were, depends on how much people were rewarded and how much that individual did for it. Okay, that's community goals. And then next week we have Wings coming out. Oh, sorry, it's currently in beta. I'm thinking about last week.
Yeah.
It's coming soon. It depends on how long the beta lasts. It depends on how, when it's done, it's done.
When it's done. Okay. What I was wondering, I love the game. It's a very system-driven game. But what I find it lacking sometimes is more feedback about the dynamic systems. I realize there is a mechanic going on where whichever side I help in the system will grow stronger, I will get reputation for it, things will change. But I have to imagine more than I get back from the game in that. I don't see things happening. Is this something you hear more from the community?
It is. I mean, people have lots of different opinions about different aspects of the game, and
what I'm wondering is this something you might be tweaking in the near future to give some more feedback of our impact on the player universe, on the living universe?
Absolutely. Well, the thing is, this game is never going to be finished. David Braben has said that. RCA has said that. More than a few times. The game is going to be developed and developed and developed. And if that's one place where we find people are offering their feedback, then yeah, well, of course we'll look into ways of making that more dynamic. We just want to create the best possible experience for everything. And if we can improve on anything, we'll improve on it. You know. Do you have any estimate or timeline when we're going to see, and this is a question you've probably had for a million times, guess what questions I'm going to ask? I'm going to say something about walking around.
How did you guess? I want to get out of the spaceship, walk in the station, and land on planets.
Oh, it's going to be very exciting. And again, I'm not giving anything new away there because David Braben's always said that they want to eventually bring that to the game. However, unfortunately, I can't really say anything about that.
Is the tech already working in-house?
Again, I can't say anything about that. I've not actually seen anything myself.
So, how about, can you give us...
As well, that's not because it's not there, it's just that I'm not privy to that sort of information.
Sure. Do you have a timeline of the coming of next? What is next after Wings?
Okay, well, already it's been hinted at on the dev updates. Michael Brooks, executive producer, does some dev updates every now and again. You should check out the forums and see those because they are regularly there, always giving snippets of new information. Already, we've already hinted at a thing called Power Play. We have no more information about that just yet, but it is the next update that we're going to be doing.
Power Play.
Power Play.
Does that mean anything about owning or having control over systems or stations for the players?
Again, it's information that we're going to be coming out with soon, so I think you just have to be patient. I apologize. I know you're trying to get as much information out of me as possible, but...
He's not working with me.
I'm trying. I want to. We're keeping our cards close to our chest to make nice big impacts when we have that information available to us.
Okay. Before you...
Let's talk about some new stuff. Wings is coming.
Yes.
So okay.
Please.
That's coming down the line. Okay, we have that coming down the line, but like very soon we have Wings, and of course Wings is a really cool update, which is going to revolutionize the way that you team up with your friends and meet up with your friends, right? So
this is the one thing I've played this game with a couple of friends.
Yeah.
We've had so much trouble finding each other, even if we were at the same station.
I mean, I hear reports of that. I've always been okay with meeting other people, but this Wings update has been specifically to sort of counteract some of those issues that some people have been having. And it is a fantastic, it's really cool. I've seen it in action. It's awesome. So I mean, that's behind the scenes, the stuff that's happening behind the scenes, improvements there. But also you've got the sort of on the surface stuff, which is, for me, the exciting thing. It's the being able to group up in instances of 4 people. And the reason why we've chosen 4 as a limit is to make that dynamic combat feel more interesting.
Sure.
So you can have 4v4v4 kind of experiences rather than like 30 versus 1, which, you know, isn't fun for anyone.
We had fantasies about having one Anaconda and a couple of smaller fighters and then together going into the fray.
And you will be doing that, you know? And again, that also, if your Anaconda is trading goods, you know, using its massive cargo hold to trade goods.
Yeah, some protectors.
Yeah, protectors can do it, and then once they've traded the goods, protectors will then get these vouchers that they can use to get like a cut from the amount of the goods they've been traded.
Awesome.
Yeah, and there's also a combat balance.
So you've included a system that the guys who are guarding you will be rewarded for their escort mission.
So that if it's If you are selecting escort missions and stuff like that, yeah. If
you're playing together and you're
yeah. Oh, that's yeah, and that's it. So everyone's going to be like benefiting from each other,
right?
Because if they're in an instance and you've been pulled out by a pirate, so pulled out of Supercruise by a pirate, being interdicted, your friends can then could see you on the map where you are, easily come and get you and come and help you out.
Oh, that's cool.
See on the HUD on the display, you will see symbols which represent each player in your wing, and that will it will alert you when they're in trouble and things like that. So
that's what we've been missing so badly.
That's the coolest. In my opinion, that's one of the coolest features. You can see where they are in Supercruise as well, so you can see easily where they are. You can see what kind of state they are. You can see what kind of danger they're in. You can see I have to double check, but like you can see the status of their shields and stuff like that. So you really get a lot of information there.
Is there content to go with that?
It's more about the functionality of things, but it's going to be So as well, like if you're in a fight and there's got a bounty on the guy, the bounty will be shared across everybody. That sort of thing. It's about functionality, but it does. Wings functionality there allows us to then put these missions in that can then expand the mission range.
Okay, so you're saying you were going to actually get missions in the stations that are group oriented.
That is something that is in future that we'll be looking into doing. Yeah, of course, we want to be doing those sorts of things.
Okay, well, this sounds like the one thing that I've been missing, because I've been playing Elite as a single-player game and loving it, and it's great to hear that this is...
It's a funny thing because hopefully it's not going to mean that... So if you're a single player, right, you can actually go out into space and actually send out like a communication beacon and be like, I'm in trouble, come and help. And it goes to
seriously
systems. And then so people can hear that, like real players can hear it, track where it came from, and go and assist that person. And then you can group up.
This is part of the Wings update?
Yeah, absolutely.
So I'm exploring, I'm attacked, I can send out an SOS.
And there might be somebody out there. And it's a communication for nearby.
And that's something to find random players as well, or just your friends?
No, random players. Anyone. So anyone will hear it in that area. You can turn off that notification. So if there are griefers typing things in there,
sure,
you can turn it off. But yeah, anyone can hear that.
And is it possible to use that as a pirate? Send out a fake distress?
Hey, you can do whatever you want to do.
Are you allowed to do that in the game?
Well, yeah. I mean, it's certainly possible. I'm not condoning any piracy actions.
The community manager of Frontier Development just gave me the okay to be a complete and utter pirate. Thank you so much for this interview. Thank you.
You've been a delight.
Arr!
Thanks for watching the video, everybody. Don't forget to check out all the other podcasts at MMOreporter.com or by clicking on any of the links here. And please check out our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/MMOreporter. Thanks, everyone, and see you in game.